Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Mindless Show. Today's topic is culture. I am your host, McWizWam Dinkle. Culture. With that dude, and that other dude. It's Irish and, and...
You still don't know my...
I don't,
Hey!
4977. Yeah, I had it. It's a confusing name.
It's not really confusing.
Kind of is. I feel like
Not
it's
really.
confusing. So, culture. What do we know about culture?
It's a word.
There's a meaning. That's a sword.
Parents gone to Japan. Shut up. Alright, so...
How'd you bring that home? Isn't it illegal?
Yeah, there's actually a certificate because it's actually blunted.
Oh.
So,
But you can
it's...
just resharpen it.
Yes, you can resharpen it. It's actually
That's
blunted, see, look, see, stab, it's pointy, so I'll give it that, but the only one who's, my parents brought home one for myself and, is that Noah? Sam, the other one is actually pointy, like actually sharp, which is
Okay.
not good, obviously, for obvious reasons. It's only the tip. So what do we know about culture? I guess, A, you're Asian, B, your background of, so what side of your family's Greek and what side is
My mum's side is Greek, my dad's side's Italian.
And I've been to 14 countries including Australia, plus my background is English, Irish, Scottish, German, Swedish. So I figure it's a good, you know.
You've been practicing that.
I have been practicing it since grade 3. No, grade 2. I had a project in grade 2 where they were like, oh, what's your background, your heritage? So I learned all about the fact that I'm literally a fifth of all those.
You're UK.
Yeah, so I just had that. Yeah. Also, we have books because
Books are fun.
yes, books are fun. All right, I think we'll start with because it's really hard to say what specifically with culture because there's so many different
Yeah,
cultures. Shall we start with Aussie culture?
Can we end
Get
with
yourself a VB, and that's Aussie culture. And a snag from Bunnings.
Did you see on the bloody news with the
guy with the drone,
Yeah.
took a drone to get a sausage from Bunnings warehouse.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you? I would if I had a drone or
I
money.
never bought bunny snag in ages.
I haven't bought one. It takes it's been a long time since we've gone to Bunnings. He's like, I actually go to Mighty 10 and shoots him in the head. So yeah, there really is. I'm not going to say that there isn't much for Aussie culture, but a lot of it is, you know,
stolen?
yeah, a lot of it's stolen. Yeah, it's also kind of hard to say what is Aussie culture because we're so used to our own culture that we don't really know what exactly is Aussie culture until like you go to other places. Like, what about with your parents and other relatives who are from China? What do they do culturally? I mean, you know, you've got Chinese
Well,
media, I'm assuming.
Yeah, like there's a lot of factors in this. I don't know to be honest, because I'm not them. I don't know, like
Do you celebrate anything from your ancestors?
yeah, we do. Like last year, I got to skip school because of Chinese New Year and stuff, but I had exams, so that's disappointing. But like the whole point is, every country has their own uniqueness, which kind of develops over the time, except for Australia. So, yeah.
It's sad but true. Yeah. What about you, the Mana dude? Mana dude?
Can you please learn my name?
4977. It's really not actually hard to remember. It's just that
It's not.
it's not one of those things that just rolls
There
off the
must be
tongue.
some mental barrier.
No, I remember it every time. I just prefer calling you Mana dude for some reason.
Okay, mana.
Mana dude.
Why do you say mana, not mana? I don't
I'm
know.
very sure it's pronounced Mana.
no, it's not.
Isn't it?
I prefer mana.
No.
It probably is pronounced. Mana
Mana
sounds way too
sounds-
Americanized.
And Mana doesn't.
No, it sounds more like, I don't know, Japanese or some shit. I don't know. Might be a bit racist. I really don't think it is. I hope not. Let me just commit to Fuku.
You learn culture from books.
Yes, you learn culture from books. What do you?
Grab a book.
Yeah. Well, firstly, what do you celebrate? Do you celebrate anything culturally?
Yeah, well, Greek Easter, obviously, and just Christmas. I guess I don't know. It's It's not really
But
much.
do you not celebrate Christmas?
No, that's actually not true. I didn't even know that was a Greek Christmas.
No, you.
No, not.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
not.
You
No,
don't.
I know. No. We go celebrate Boxing Day, but...
What the hell do you even celebrate on Boxing
Are you
Day?
kidding me? We go shopping.
Oh, of course. I go shopping like 5 days after Christmas because I'm like, just so the place isn't clogged up. Alright, I guess, first of all, I guess we can talk about Japan, maybe. We've got like so many of these... so many of these goddamn books. You're going to Japan.
Yes, I am.
Probably by the time this has been released, you're either... How long are you going for?
2 weeks.
Okay, so by the time this has come out, you've already gone. This comes out in like
I'm
March.
going now, but I can go in yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I'll be gone by then.
Pretty much in the first from February to like April or some shit. I don't know what this is being released. Sometime after February.
Yeah, I'll be gone by then. It's going to be enjoyable. We're going to Tokyo and then we're going probably.
Where they're in the bunker and then like the thing goes into the
It's a good history. That's probably why I'm going there. It has good food. And that's all.
How would you define the culture of, well, not just the culture of Japan, but the culture altogether? Like, what exactly is culture when you think about it? Like, I guess when I think of when I've gone to whatever countries, like usually the culture is how the people act, the history of the place, and like even like the food and the people. Like when you think of like Melbourne culture, you think of like street bars and you think of hipsters. You know, because we eat hipsters.
You think of hipsters.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't eat hipsters. But like even when I've gone to say like Lygon Street, it's full of Italian restaurants. And I think like although they're not all culture is through food, but a lot of it is. Like sometimes people stereotype people through culture. Like,
Yeah, well, one part of culture is food.
yeah, one part of culture is food. Yeah.
Another part is beliefs. Other
Yeah.
part is,
Faith, history. You've got I was gonna say costume, but no.
what do you call it? Like dress. Or
Clothes?
What you do. Dress, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, trade, yeah.
You two right over there watching your memes?
Yeah.
There should be a culture based on memes.
I think there probably is. I think it's just called meme culture. But it's like because we don't really identify it because we just live it. It's like that's the thing with like even with Aussies. Like I don't identify us as having a proper culture or as a culture because I don't see what's so different from us to others. But at the same time, I do. Like it's to the level of I don't see why we're different. But then when I go to other countries, I see what's so different about them. I'm like, yeah, this is part of their culture. But then I'm like, but how is it different from our culture? Like when people in Japan have like just like $2 food or whatever, they have like usually sushi and stuff like that. You know, not stereotyping. They might have other small dishes and whatever, like bowls of rice or I don't know.
That's
Stereotyping.
That's stereotyping. That's the wrong
That's
one.
what sushi is.
But like I mean, even with Aussies, we have our snags, our sausage rolls and stuff like that.
Party pies.
And party pies,
Consumes. Wait,
not quite. But like I mean, like even when you get to stereotyping comes from that idea of it's just a really kind of trait, but enough that someone's like, it's kind of become offensive in a way to stereotype.
I don't find it fancy.
I don't find it
To a certain point.
When people call us like bogans and like whatever the fuck other people call Aussies, I mean we swear like crazy. We don't give a shit. We just do it. You go to another country, you say like cunt or something like that, and people get so very offended because of their perception of the word. So your culture to do with language is different to other people's culture.
I think it also has to do with age, but that's Asian upbringing. But yeah, usually. Actually, I don't give a.
Fucking Asian.
Jeez, that was a loud.
That was fun. I timed out my screams for sneezes. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. What else do we know about culture?
I'm trying to find a picture I saved a while ago. It's got like an Aussie translation.
I remember we had, yeah. Remember, there's even internet culture as well. Like, what do you call it on the internet? It's literally trying like the subtitles for internet culture and just talking in like abbreviations and whatnot. That's a thing. internet culture is actually a thing where you literally talk about nations. No, that's legit. It's you go on like you can go on Reddit and
Look
stuff
how far
like
I
that.
came from the crowd.
It's surprising, you know. You go to different places, you find different cultures. But it's I guess
unless you're here, then you'll have a bunch of different cultures stuck together. Like
multicultural.
yeah,
Yes.
down the street it'll be like Greek, and the next door it'll be Chinese, and then you know it'll be Italian after that, which has no meaning. But it's interesting.
What do you mean it has no meaning? Well, like it's just because there's like no correlation.
Yeah, there's no Greek town.
Yeah, we're not separated. Like say, I don't want to have to point this out, but like say for example Harlem, it was specifically a segregation of, you know, black people in America. They were segregated to Harlem. Because of cultural differences, a lot of people can also, I guess you can say the appeal to like racism and stuff like that. So, like with the stereotyping, you know? Stop making this episode so flat. Fucking response.
I didn't get enough sleep last night.
I don't even know how much I play Pokemon. I mean, I have 3 dogs and they always sleep in my room.
What kind of plants? You know,
Yes, I saw your snaps.
according to stereotypes, I eat them.
Yeah, I actually love them. Yeah, I mean,
So they're not always true. That's the
stereotypes, no, they're not always true. They're usually mostly, I would say mostly offensive. Sometimes they can be. Depends what they are.
Depends who says it.
Because like a lot of the stereotypes, like the cliches and all, like that they're usually known because they've gotten overtired and usually false and whatnot. Yeah, like I don't know. I'm trying to think through history of all the forms of racism, and all I can think of is the American colonists hating the Indians and the Irish.
Donald Trump.
And by Indians I mean Native Americans. And yes, Donald Trump. And then you've got Hitler.
Hitler.
And all the beef between America and Canada. I don't know why. Just because the French took over Canada. Jesus, it's not that bad. Canadians are really nice. Have you ever met Canadians?
That's a stereotype.
Like Canadians are really nice.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying because I know Canadians.
Yeah. No.
No,
I'm
yeah, no,
sure
it is a
they're nice,
stereotype,
but that
It is a stereotype that they're really nice.
But that's
yeah.
a good stereotype.
That usually is, yeah. I mean, we're usually known as partially racist. A stereotype for Australians is that we're racist. I'm like, we kind of are. But even incorporating that stereotype is in itself racist as well. But it's like, is it racist against ourselves because...
No, well, racism is about it's degrading one race against another.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't actually mean it, then technically it's not racist, right?
I guess. I mean, you could look at it in the aspect of, like, say, like, if I agree that Australians are racist, but that's also the stereotype, because that's not just because it's a stereotype, but because, you know, say I'm racist, or other people I know are racist, you know, because it's the stereotype. Would that in its own right be racist? Because it's you looking at your own culture from what other people see, like, say, like, Americans call us racist, and that's our stereotype. That in itself is racist. I guess. I don't know. I don't like talking about racism. What's the benefits of culture? Because we have like at school we've had many multicultural days where we've grown to accept. Yeah, that's the thing. It's always food. Like it's always been food. Like they always have like dishes out of so many different things. Like what's I guess a cliche, stereotypical food dish in a. Okay, what's your favorite traditional food dish, either being from Greek or actually both Greek and Italian? What's your favorite?
Well, Greek has to be the souvlaki, the classic, and probably Italian. There's so many Italian dishes that I like though, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just food from culture is just I don't know the main part in my mind because I don't know. You can try anyone can have it kind of thing.
Yeah. What about well, I mean, even I remember when I went to Italy a decade ago or some shit, it was really hard to differentiate, like, what are you going to have for dinner, pasta or pizza?
Yeah.
It's always kind of that suggestion. I mean, that in itself is kind of offensive, but it's like, but I mean, look, I don't really think that that's offensive in its own right because they make good pizza, they make good pasta.
Yes.
What's there to complain about? I mean, like, you go to Japan, oh, let's have sushi because they make good sushi, you know?
Yeah.
what about? And do you have any like traditional Chinese dishes that you really like?
Yeah, there's a lot, but I actually do like pizza as well. I just want to say that. It's not all about what?
It's great.
Pizza's great.
It's not all about like you don't actually have to like what the culture tells you to like. There's also like what is it? My parents eat.
What the fuck is that?
Someone doing work. Hammering.
It really isn't. Yeah, I guess that might be. We've got construction on our house across the street.
Oh yeah, I got woken up this morning by a freaking
Jackhammer,
yeah. Oh, good times. I didn't get enough sleep either.
What about do you visit like many places in Australia that have like that signify?
Signify is the word.
Yeah, other cultures. Like Chinatown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go to Chinatown?
Not often, but we do sometimes. Well, there's nothing there to see. It's just restaurants. It's like a 4x4 block of restaurants. Which is kind of disappointing.
I'm conversing with another member of the show because they're meant to show up today, but they have to do stuff for Christmas because that's a thing.
It's already happened.
Christmas.
Yeah, because it's being released. The show's being released.
Oh, right. Yeah, totally happened.
Jesus Christ! Every single time I send this guy a message, it keeps Facebook is like, "You've already deleted this conversation." So you can't. So it kicks me out of the conversation. I can't talk to friends on Facebook anymore. Fuck this shit. All right, what about?
I suggest throwing your phone out the window.
It's an iPod. It's not a phone.
Oh, that one. I don't understand why you would have an iPod and a phone.
Well, I have an iPod because I actually hate phones.
Yeah,
I only use this to call and text, and this actually doesn't even receive text anymore. So it's so old and so shit.
Get a new one?
It doesn't. It's actually a hand-me-down from my dad because I had HTC. My HTC was fine. I loved my HTC. Problem was the keyboard kept bugging out. So, and I actually mostly used that as it was, and so that made I really have to text or call. So I really only use it for alarms. I still only use it for alarms. I use this for alarms, for texting and calling. Even though I hate texting, I hate calling, something about it I just really don't like. I'm fine with it, you know, I prefer email for some reason. Or carrier pigeon. I literally told my mom the other day, like, look, in 5 years, like, cause she's like, oh, you know, she's showing me like a meme of like, you know, things that like mothers are always concerned about with their children, including that when they don't reply to the texts, and that's why I like it when they have a system of the seeing thing. But I made a joke saying like, oh, in 5 years' time you won't have to worry because I won't have a phone. Because I'm just gonna throw it out. It's never gonna use the phone again. I just end up using email or carrier pigeon. Because carrier pigeon is the way to go. What else do we know about culture? Also, I keep like a lot of information on this. It's just, you know, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all kinds of shit. It's just opinion. What about that person? Mario.
Oh, classic.
His culture.
Yeah.
He's an Italian pun.
But is he just Italian? Because when you look at this, there's
Conspiracy theory.
no. There's a picture online which is showing like how Mario is like, he's like he's like very multicultural, like, you know, he's created by Japanese people, he's an Italian plumber, he looks like, I think someone made like in the video saying how like he looks or speaks like a Mexican. I don't know what the fuck it is, it's one of those things. I don't think it speaks like a Mexican, I think.
He's gonna get deported.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where like such characters in video games and in TV shows and whatever, you know, in the media, and how culture is how they influence culture and how culture influences them. Like Mario. This is literally, I'm starting to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Nothing?
I'm dry. Bled dry.
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
Well, then we've gone for about just all 20.
That's a lot.
That's just enough for the rest.
Do you guys have anything to contribute for culture? Do you guys know anything about culture?
Weed
My
culture? We
contribution.
haven't talked about
Do you want
that.
to talk about?
Holds up a book, JJBA.
Do you want to talk about weeb culture?
What weed culture?
I think that's a thing, isn't it?
That just about sums it up. See ya.
I don't know. I think culture in its own way is interesting. You know,
Yeah, which
you got the history, you got the food, you got everything to do with culture of a place. I mean, you go to a place not just to experience the nature, not just to experience the architecture, but to experience everything behind it.
Oh, very good. That.
You know? So I guess I don't know. If you're gonna go overseas like this person, appreciate what you're looking at. Mainly because you have to buy to go to the places, which is really annoying.
I
Fucking
think it's
capitalists.
paid rock bottom.
You have to buy to go. Yeah, you gotta buy your tickets.
If you phrase it that way.
Or if you think about it, you're renting a seat on the train. So you're
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
renting.
Yeah, you're renting a hotel, you're renting clothes. Because you actually don't own clothes. You guys right over there?
You don't need to kill off your main friends.
Loud enough for you, you assholes.
Culture for you.
Yeah, culture.
Yeah, that's Julian's culture. Oh wait, no, sorry.
McWizWam.
What?
McWizWam.
What?
McWizWam.
McWizWam. Alright.
My culture is I'm descended from
That's so
hamsters.
Hamsters.
Gotta keep that going. It's a thing that I mentioned in season 2. I don't really think anyone gave a shit. I mentioned like 5 episodes. My parents are hamsters. Okay, what about the okay, the last thing we'll talk about is like I guess the ancient level of how far back culture goes, like the history of certain cultures. Like say above you, you can see this one here, kind of, the Egyptian imagery, actually from Cairo. What do you guys? I don't think the frame is. I think the picture is. We may have gone the frame. I don't think we got the frame. I think the frame is here. Anyway, the picture. What's inside is from another country. Like
Yeah, the oxygen and the nitrogen.
what do you guys know about? You know, like why is culture important? Especially from the history of the
Oh, just the.
Oh, wow.
Why would you like? Yeah, it's interesting.
Guys, shut the fuck up!
Don't make him come over there.
I will come over there and I will not stab you because then I might get reported.
Reported?
Reported?
Well, shut up. I'm just trying to
Julio might get deported.
show him a meme.
Post Spanish immigrant.
Or Mexican.
Or Mexican. Probably both. It's not a race thing.
Yeah, we're very non-racist.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just culture's important. That's really all you can say.
It's just TV. There's a lot of different cultures.
Yeah.
We don't have enough time to talk about them, not because we haven't
Or if we had the
done
energy.
anything.
If we had the energy to talk about them, we would have done so in another life.
Just don't. Clapping.
I think I'm gonna end this early because we got other shit to do.
Yeah, and then like put in the washing machine into it.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you all so much for watching, I guess. I've been your host, McWizWam Dinkle. I've tried to make this entertaining as possible.
I'm sorry.
It's been okay. I mean, look, it's on the information level, it's good. Comedy level, I hate that. I've been joined by Irish and Mana something 77. Is it 4 Mana 77?
Yes.
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 It's in the credits.
The credits.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe for more. I don't know if you have an interesting something about a cultural reference that you know about, feel free to share it in the comments. It'll be interesting to read. Probably more interesting than this whole episode.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think so. I think it's very interesting. Thank you. Subscribe.
10 out of 10.
Subscribe.
Subscribe for more. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you in the next episode of the Mindless Show. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.